Hi guys, it's Granny Tana speaking. Welcome to this Cities Skylines 2 tutorial video. In this video I'll show you the basics of road building in Cities Skylines 2. Cities Skylines 2 has very powerful tools to build roads, even more powerful than its predecessor Cities Skylines 1. Therefore, it might be overwhelming for beginners what to do with all those road tools. But it's rather easy if you keep it simple at the beginning. I recommend a training save game to get acquainted with building roads in Cities Skylines 2, and that's exactly what we will do in this video. Here we have such a training save game, and we start getting to know how to build roads. In the beginning we only have very few roads. That makes it simpler, but we have all the basic functions. And the roads are all here. Here at this little road sign, and when we click on it, we get all the variety of roads that are already unlocked in the beginning. This is to say, if you don't have the tutorial active. With an active tutorial you have less roads in the beginning, but we have this basic without the tutorial because in this video we have the tutorial now. Those are the simple roads. Usually they have 2 lanes, and this is a normal 2-lane road for a normal village with pedestrian and cars in 2 directions. And this is a 3-lane asymmetric road with additional lane if it's a little bit more traffic in one area. And here we have a one-way road with 1 lane and a one-way road with 2 lanes, and one even with one way with 3 roads. As you can see, there's already quite a variety in the beginning. This is a gravel road for countryside and such. This is an alley, and here we have a pedestrian street. There is no cars allowed apart from service and delivery vehicles. And here we have 2 kind of bridges, 2-lane bridges for the beginning. And then we have medium roads, and there we only have this basic 4-lane road activated in the beginning. And the more you grow your village and later town and city, you get all this stuff unlocked. You need milestones, and for some of this stuff you need progression points to buy the ability to build large roads and then highways, and there are special intersections and such. But as we are working on beginner level today, we only take care of the beginner roads now. And there are roundabouts, and from the beginning you have a small roundabout. The bigger ones has to be unlocked. Okay, so let's start here. And we leave all this how it is at the start. And we just click this, and then we get a bigger circle with a line and a smaller circle that is blue. That will be our future road. And here you already see something like a guideline, but we don't want to use this guideline now. We just want to make just a straight road. So click, and then you can pull it, and you get quite a lot of information. You get the information about the length that you already pulled, and the information about the slope that it is. It is only 0.1%, which is nearly flat. and you get information about what it costs. And later, when you add a road to this road, you also get an information about the angle. So we click again. Now we have this road, and suddenly there are a lot of little squares, and they are needed for zoning in the future buildings. And they are not part of the road, but they show us, okay, beside this road, people can build houses of different kinds. You can determine what kind of houses. And here we can directly make another one. So we are still in this small 2-lane road painting mode, and now you see an angle. Here is 90 degrees. It is the top thing that you can read, and you can see also the length and the elevation and the price and so on and so forth. And you can always see 2 circles, and those circles show the size of the building areas. So if those big circles meet each other, you can have exactly the right distance to make 2 blocks matching each other. I show you. Now we have 90 degrees. That is good for a boring grid-like road. This is perfect. I click again, and then I go to the left, and here you can see we have the line between the bigger circles that goes along those little tiny squares. We have the 90 degrees again, and then when I go in this direction, we get a line that says, okay, now it's exactly the same length than the first road that we made. So now I click again, and all those little squares for building, they fill up perfectly. And yeah, now I think I just close it up. I go again here, and all those numbers, they are all together all over each other. And so you can scroll in, zoom in to get a bigger view, and then you can distinguish all those information writings. And we have the 90 degrees again. We go on this line and close it up, click, and here we are. So this is a very basic rectangle of roads. And yeah, and if you want to add, for example, you can go wherever you want. For example, if you want to make a road from here to the water or so, you can just go here and make another road. And now we go through all those options that we have, because we can not only make straight roads, but we have a lot of possibilities. We have this simple curve. And I still stay with this simple 2-lane road. All the same applies to the other roads as well. So with this simple curve, we first determine the first angle. So we click, and then we go in one direction that we want to go, and click again, and the third click is for the curve. And here we get information about how we make this curve. So when you go like this, you see an angle of 90 degrees. You know you have something like a quarter circle made. but you can easily make it in a different angle, very, very small only, and to the other side, and you can go very, very much down, and they show you the length of both sides. So if you want to make it perfectly, you have 90 degrees, and here we have 96 meters on one side and 96 meters on the other side, and this is very perfectly orderly like that. And you can do whatever you want with this, but you have to get to know this and get a feeling for how you can accomplish what you want to make with this kind of road and tool. And then we have a more advanced complex curve. There you have not only one click for the straight and one click for the curved, but one click for the straight, another click for the first curve, and then a second curve. So one click further, so to say. We just start with a straight line again, like this, and then we click, and now we go for the first angle and click again, and then we can either go to the other side and have something like an S shape, or we go further in this direction, and as you can see from the white dotted lines, how this curve is going. So you can make irregular curves, for example. And this is quite a powerful tool. I use it a lot. And then with the last click you make the road, and then you can just make the other road. This is a very perfect tool for combining roads, for example. So let's say you want to connect this to this, and you want to look it rather okayish. And so we go here, we click there, and go from there with 90 degrees. When you have a crossing, it's always the best to have it 90 degrees. You can make a crossing in or such, you change the direction. You can make it in other angles for sure, but the traffic goes the smoothest if it's 90 degrees, especially when it is a real crossing, one road crosses the other. You are free to do what you want, but 90 degree is useful, so to say. So we can go 90 degrees a little bit ahead, maybe till the length of the building area. Then I click, and now we go for the first curvature like that, and you see here we get this help line for adjustment, and I click again, and then I can go here, and they connect rather smooth together, and therefore it's really useful. But you have to get to know this, so this doesn't come perfect from the beginning. It's best if you do quite a lot on such a save game that you don't need to for a village or a town, and later in your really safe games you can use it a lot, and that's what I'm doing always. I'm using all those tools the whole time through to get better and better with them, because the hands have to get to know this, how they have to move to get what you want. And here we have an even a more complex, a continuous series of curves, and it works a little bit different. So you start like we had, you start, and first it's straight, but only the first one, and then you go in a curve, and already this click writes the street down, the road down. And then you have the next one. You can go in whatever direction you want. Click. And with every click the road is built, and you can change in this direction and also in this direction, and then go here. You can do whatever you want with this tool. And this is really, really powerful, but it's a little bit stubborn too. And I like to use this if I want to follow the contour lines. Here, this is not very mountainous, but a little bit hilly. I jump to the contour lines now to show you what I mean. When I activate this, we can have a look at the contour lines, and then sometimes it's nice to build a road that just follows these lines. And let's just do it. And in reality, this happens quite often. If you have a hill, the road goes along the contour lines always at the same height, more or less, and therefore you get a curvy road, and that's what we do here. I just follow the contour lines with this road. And it's not always going perfectly. That's why you need to do a lot of training, and me too. And you get better and better with it from hour to hour. So don't worry if in the beginning it doesn't look exactly like you want it to look, but it gets always better. So, and then we have a so the tools are getting more powerful with every new step you choose. And this is the grid tool, and this is very good if you like to build a fast city, or to have an area of your city in a perfect grid, and the villagers want a lot of lots to live and lots of houses, and you say, okay, I'm in a hurry, and then you can use the grid tool. And so I just make a simple grid here. I click, and then I go in one direction. This is the direction determination, so to say. You click again, and then you go to the other side. And here we already have a grid. We can make it smaller. We can make it bigger. After a certain size, you get more of those cells. And let's see here, it won't go because we already have a road, but it gets always more and more cells the bigger I pull it. And we make a rather simple here. And you can always see how wide and how long those grids, those cells are. But you can't say, okay, divide it here already, this is what the game does by itself. So this is the simple function of the grid, and you could make it a little bit different as well. You could make a road, no, just a straight road, maybe in this direction. And then we want to have a grid that is on this road. We go to the grid tool, we start from here and setting the direction again. 90 degrees is perfect for a perfect grid. Click, and then we can pull the grid like we want it to be. Oh, this is too big. We stay with this for the time being. Okay. And then you can just let the people move in there. And it's a little bit finicky to make such a grid bigger. So it's not all easy with this grid, but yeah, for making a simple grid, it's a perfect fast tool. You don't need to click endlessly to make all the same sizes and so. So we go again like so, 90 degrees, and then we pull over, and you can see how it's making different crossings the longer we pull it. And yeah, we have to work exactly to make it look nice and to make a matching grid like so. Here this matches rather okayish, therefore I click, and this is looking good. And then there are also some difficulties, especially when you are on a hilly terrain. And I'll just show you, and let's hope we get the difficulties here. So this is a little bit hilly. So, and we go into the grid mode. Like so. Yes. And here you can see something red. And no, it's still too easy. I just remove this road, and here we have the bulldozer, and you can remove roads and everything else as well. And I deactivate it again, and then we go to a more difficult area. Let's activate this contour lines again. Okay, they are active. I try it here. I had so many problems in this area with the grids sometimes. So maybe this is irregular enough to show you the problems that we can get. So here you can see it is behaving a little bit strange like this, and when you click nevertheless, you get some strange effects. So you have to be aware that everything looks as it should when you are pulling such a grid. And yeah, to make grids on slopey terrain also isn't always recommended, because you can get even much bigger problems than that. But when everything is flat, the grid is perfect. So now the next tool is very, very useful. It's the replace tool. And with this we can replace an existing road with something else. So let's just go here, and we want to have it a gravel road, for example. And as this gravel road is smaller than the existing road, it jumps to one side of the existing road. And if we don't take care of this and just click and click and click, it can be quite jumpy, the result. And so therefore we have to pull it. Now it's the same, it aligns to the other replacement. And here again, like this, it would look odd, and like this, it's nice and smooth. And here again. And if you want to align it in the center, you need to deactivate the snapping, but we come to the snapping a little bit later in this video. But maybe just replace this 2-lane road with a 4-lane road, because this is usually you make the roads bigger. If your village grows to a town and city, you need to make the roads bigger because there is more traffic. And therefore we try this with the biggest roads that we have. And we have the same thing, that it adjusts in this direction or in this, and you have to decide where to adjust it. And if not, it would look, yeah, not nice, like so. And if you pull it, it looks better. And maybe I just deactivate the snapping for this demonstration, because this is a very special thing somehow, especially with this replacement tool. If you have the snapping deactivated, it's not like one or the other, but you can pull it slowly in from one direction to the other without jumps, but the result can be the most beautiful with this mode, but it is a little bit more difficult than with snapping. And it's somehow funny how you can pull this road along. I activate the snapping again, and then you only have to this or this side. And here again, and here again. Okay. And I think before we concentrate on the snapping, I'll show you the general function of the roundabout. The small roundabout comes already from the start, and when you have progression points earned by earning milestones, you can buy the bigger roundabouts. It is here. Now we don't have anything. And in this area here is the development. Here are the milestones, what you get, and in the development area you have all kinds of areas that will be unlocked as you grow. And here are the road development points, and you can start with a roundabout or end with advanced road services, larger roads, parking, highways, and so on and so forth. So you have to unlock all this stuff to be able to build all the roads that are possible. So now we want to make a roundabout, the basic small roundabout, and it's really simple. You just take this little tiny circle here and put it here at a crossing, and you have a small roundabout. And you have to know that around the roundabout you can't settle. So we don't have those little squares where people can build their houses. You could make a roundabout at an end of a road. This is looking a little bit like a cul-de-sac, but you can't settle there, which is sad because in the typical American suburbia with cul-de-sacs, so there are different styles of suburbia, and then a lot of people used to live there around this cul-de-sac. And maybe that will change, but right now in the game you can't live there. And if you want that people live around your cul-de-sac, then you have to build a circle for your road yourself. You could do it like that. For example, we need the curve tool, and maybe this is the best. And then we make a one lane, one way road. Go here, start from here, and then we go here and make very tiny circles. And this is not the most beautiful one, but you see what I mean? And then there can be houses. Okay, now about the snapping. Or no, first we go to the parallel mod, because this is very interesting too. This is here, toggle parallel mode, and you can build two roads in one go, and they go in the same distance. So we just make this. No. This curvy shows it really perfectly. So we go here with a normal road, curve mode, and parallel mode 1 meter or one unit distance. Just clicking, and then you can see I draw two roads in one go. And they follow each other, and this is very, very good if you want to make highways or such in this very small distance. It is much better or much easier than drawing the same one again by yourself. This is much more difficult. And if you want to go, for example, we want to make roads where people live around this this high contour line, and then we can make it bigger. Here you can increase the offset, and you can go up to 12. And you can choose whatever you want, but with 12 you have a distance that allows you to live in between. So when we go from here, you see the other one is just on this contour line, and we can go there and there. Oops, like so. And this is a really easy way to make settlements along a curved shape, like so. But now to the snapping. We deactivate the parallel mode, and the snapping is what you saw while I was drawing all those roads, you always see some lines appearing. And let's go to the most basic stuff, like this maybe. If you come close to a road while all snapping is on, it adjusts to the center of this road, and it helps you to connect roads together. And it's even in the distance if you are here, you get the connection to the other road over there. And that helps a lot. And we have the snapping. Let's check it here. When you click here, we have the angle snapping. So it snaps a little bit in 90 degrees. You can make other degrees, but it helps you to go with 90 degrees. And those are, here we have all the snapping off and on. Now I deactivate everything. This is the snap to existing geometry. And those are, for example, the roads. And it's rather difficult to go to the right lane of this road. So I have to deactivate it if I want to especially go to this part of the road to connect. This is only possible with deactivated snapping. Here is the snap to zoning cell length. If you have this, you always get a little jump when the snapping when you reach the border of the cells. But this is not so strong. This here is much stronger, this snap to existing proper geometry, because you can't go a little bit to the side without this. Here, this is the 90-degree snapping, and this is not so strong, but there is a snapping, and for example, it's not so easy to make 89 degrees. You can go out of the snapping, but not to 89. And then we have the snap to the sides of a building. We don't have buildings yet. And yeah, but it does what it says. It snaps to the side of a building. And then snap to guidelines. And those are all these guidelines that are enforced with this. And snap to the, to the zone grid. This is here. So you can hardly build something in between those zone squares when this is active. And I would say you have to play with this, what you like best. And for me, it is for some things I turn everything off. For some things I turn everything on, and sometimes I choose what snapping I want. So you can't say this snapping is bad and this is good. It depends on the purpose, what you want to do. And therefore, those are very good tools that help you build more precise and faster if you use them. If you know what you do when using them. Okay, I jumped over the elevation part. This is very, very interesting. You can build bridges and tunnels with it, and I just show you very shortly, but this will be a different video. So when you go here and want to paint a road, and then you go page up, This goes higher and higher with every page up. And here it says it's too steep because it's already 50 meters high and I can go down again. And now we disappear in the ground because it's below zero. And this is a very powerful tool for building bridges and tunnels. And we have those ready-made bridges with a roof on top and a truss arc bridge. And here we can unlock 4-lane tight arch bridges and wonderful stuff. Great bridges. Where are they? I think they come. Here we have really, really nice bridges. We can see one of them here. This needs quite a lot of unlocking to build such a bridge. And this will be a different video. I think that went deep enough for the first road building video. And yeah, I think there will be others because there is quite a lot to say about roads and how to build a village or city that is working nicely, how to build that it looks nice, and so forth. Okay, I wish you a wonderful day and happy building. Thank you for watching and all the best. Till next time. Tschüss.